So all of the stories, articles, reports, everything we've been reading, watching and listening to on Marcus Rashford has said that he wants to go to Barcelona. He's going to drop his wage demands. He wants that move, and that is the only move that he wants. It's his dream move. Well, not so, apparently. We've got more news coming out that there is a chance, and there's a report coming out today from a couple of sources saying that Marcus Rashford is actually now open and edging towards staying at Aston Villa. A big development if actually true and something comes from this. Going to look into this report and actually break it down in this video for you all. So please do drop your comments in below and let me know if you feel like this is genuine, if you feel like this is something that could possibly happen. We'll break down everything step by step and go through why this might actually work and why we don't think it would work, and he still wants to go to Barcelona if you feel like that is the case. We'll go through everything, but yeah, the report has come out. There's a couple of aggregator accounts online looking into this. There's a story in the Express also on this as well, which is saying that Unai Emery has been, let's just say, working overtime behind the scenes on Marcus Rashford. Now, when you look at Marcus Rashford's personality, when you look at what he, let's just say what he wants from a football team, he likes things, I feel, to work around him. And the point is proven here exactly in the fallout with Ollie Watkins. Ollie Watkins has just become Aston Villa's all-time leading Premier League goal scorer with his goal and winner against Bournemouth at weekend. And he hasn't been playing ahead of Marcus Rashford. Unai Emery has been using Marcus Rashford ahead of Ollie Watkins. So from the Aston Villa side of things and how they would make Marcus Rashford or convince Marcus Rashford to sign for them permanently, we know this because Manchester United's situation is going to stay the same with every single club that comes in for Marcus Rashford. They just want him gone. And no matter which report you read right now on Marcus Rashford there is absolutely zero chance that he comes back to Manchester United. Ineos have backed Ruben Amorim. Ruben Amorim is staying as Manchester United's manager. That is set in stone. And while he is the manager, Rashford's return is a no-go. It's not going to happen, and never in a million years. Maybe if there was another manager there, you could see Marcus Rashford coming back. But everyone has said exactly the same thing on this. And even these reports on Marcus Rashford possibly staying at Villa is saying it also. United is a no-go zone for Marcus Rashford. He will not return. And that is something that I think we've all been talking about for quite a while now and understand quite a lot. But Aston Villa's stance on this, I feel, and when you look at Unai Emery, he's a main fixture at Aston Villa. He's going nowhere. He was the reason why Marcus Rashford went to Aston Villa. He was the convincer in the end. It was him who made Aston Villa go for him who made Aston Villa pay his wages on loan, which are quite substantial, let's be honest. And for them to make that commitment to Marcus Rashford was big news back in January. And I think the fans have likened to him. They've seen the effort, that big game that he had also in PSG, against PSG in that quarter-final, where Aston Villa came very, very close to beating PSG. It was very close, and I think it was an outstanding performance from everybody involved by Aston Villa. Being a big part of that, them moments and them games, they live in the memory of supporters, and they recognise on that occasion when everybody needed to chip in and everybody needed to do their bit, Marcus Rashford did do that bit. Why that wasn't happening at Manchester United, God only knows. We know there's been a massive fallout behind the scenes, but it's Emery who is the key behind all of this, like he was in January. He's not going anywhere. So when you break down the basics and you look as to why this could happen, it is Ruben staying at United, Emery staying at Villa. Ruben doesn't want Marcus, and so no chance of him coming back. And Emery is the reason why Villa have got Rashford right now. He is there. Now, Villa are goal difference away from qualifying for the Champions League right now. And United could play a big part in moving Marcus Rashford on. And there's a little subplot to this as well. United going into the final, as we know, next week against Tottenham in the Europa League. Chelsea fighting for Champions League places in the league. If United wanted to get Marcus Rashford out of the door, removing Aaron was this insistent on moving him on, go out and beat Chelsea. Because if United beat Chelsea, it opens up the door for Aston Villa to actually qualify. The side act to that, again, is United's last game of the season is at home to Aston Villa, and we could put a dent in their Champions League chances as well. But what I'm trying to say here is as well that most of these reports have said it, and this latest one has also said it, that the stumbling block for Villa would be Marcus Rashford's wages. Now, if Villa were in the Champions League, this becomes an easier obstacle because Rashford has already said he's willing to drop his wages. Obviously, there will be incentives within modern-day contracts like we all know about, and he could hit new numbers. So reality tells you that Villa could afford Marcus Rashford if what they're paying now, which is about 75-80% of Marcus Rashford's wages as it is, they can still afford to pay Marcus Rashford a very, very handsome wage. The question for Unai Emery is like, can he build his team around Marcus Rashford? Because that's the type of signing it is. And just to go back to Marcus Rashford's side on this one, he likes to be loved. He likes everything around him. He likes to be the centre of attention and the main man. We have seen that very clearly. He's the leader of the pack at Manchester United, and this is why the top of the dragon has been chopped off. His head is gone, and that was Marcus Rashford at United. Unai Emery sees a different player completely, and you've heard him talk about him. He wants him at Aston Villa. We know this for certain. And I think Unai Emery, again, like I said at the start, is the main reason behind this. And I feel Marcus Rashford, from his side on Unai Emery, feels that love, feels that importance. He actually feels like an important player again, whereas Ruben Amorim made him, well, he isolated him. He was an outcast at Manchester United while he was there. And he lost all of his aura, lost everything about what Marcus Rashford was at Manchester United. That was down to one man, which was Ruben Amorim. He's seen through Marcus Rashford and his antics. And do you know what? This has probably been the best thing that's happened in Marcus Rashford's career. Because if he tried to stay at United, he'd have been a ghost of football with 5 or 6, maybe even 7 more years left in his legs, playing at the top level, gone. Absolutely scandalous it would have been, and a waste, a complete waste, because Rashford has got raw talent. But this story is saying that Aston Villa are trying their best to keep Marcus Rashford at the football club, and he is now being convinced, and working alongside Unai Emery is the reason why he feels like there is that opportunity to stay at Villa, and it is the best place for him. I personally, and I want everyone else's own opinion on this as well, feel like Marcus Rashford staying at Villa would be absolutely huge for him, the right decision for him, and I think it's his level. It's a Champions League side. He's definitely playing in Europe next season, and I think he will be the focal point. If he goes to Barcelona, he's just a little cog in a massive machine. And yeah, you could say you played for Barcelona. Wow, whoop-de-doo. Look, he's not going to be a guaranteed starter. I think at Aston Villa, with Asensio going back off loan, Duran gone now, I think Watkins and Rashford, obviously Rashford, let's not forget, is younger than Ollie Watkins, so he's got more time in him. And if there is a chance or a thought in Aston Villa of cashing in on Ollie Watkins now, before it gets too late, then maybe Marcus Rashford is also the perfect man, already there, already settled in, and knows what Emery wants from him. Emery loves him, to be that focal point for Aston Villa going forward. United are not catching Villa anytime soon. Marcus Rashford's career, he's coming to the twilight of it. 27, going into his later years now. I think he looks at this probably, and if there is anyone representing Marcus Rashford, they are obviously telling him that this is a better place to be right now. And that, for me, a United fan, as you all know, is hard to say. But I'm only going to say what I see, and that is the honest truth, that Villa are a better club right now for any player than what Manchester United are. Everything in the structure that's there, and the team and the quality of team that they've got, Villa are going places again. And Rashford needs to realise this, and this is what this report has said today. Emery wants Rashford. They can afford him. It's his wages that are the issue, if they can come to an agreement on that. But more importantly, Champions League for Villa could determine whether Rashford stays there as well. So what do United do? Do we give Villa the game at Old Trafford and say goodbye to the season without winning the last game at Old Trafford? It'd be a sad, sad day, but go out and beat Chelsea in the meantime. It would be nice to beat Chelsea, like, for once, like, please, like, our record there is shocking anyway, but look, there's a few little situations developing and a few permutations creeping into the end of the season here, and it could have significant bearing on where Marcus Rashford goes. So what I want you to do is let me know, do you think that with this new news coming out and coming to light that Rashford is open to staying at Aston Villa, this is the best move for him? We know Villa can afford the fee. We know Villa can afford his wages, and if they do get Champions League, it's a no-brainer. I feel like this is perfect, and maybe he's had the knockback from Barcelona. Maybe Barcelona are looking elsewhere, and he hasn't got the love or that need for Marcus Rashford that he wanted from a club. Like at Aston Villa, he's got everything. At Barcelona, I think he'll get lost. And honestly, I feel like this is what is pushing it right now. That's my opinion. Give me yours. Let me know. Get into the comment section below, everybody. Make sure you hit that subscribe button as well to keep up to date with every single tiny little bit of news around Manchester United. I've got you covered here on Forever United TV. And if you have loved the video, please do pop a like on it. It is completely free and it helps us out here on Forever United TV. Love you all. See you in the next video, people.